Welcome into the show. Hope everybody had a great weekend and your weeks are off to an awesome start. This is the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. And coming up, nobody is talking about this Niners rookie who I think has a great opportunity to get significant snaps and impact this football team come the 2024 campaign. Stay tuned for that conversation. But first, it is now July 8th. Let's take a look at our July rival sub-battle. Two teams who we hate here on the Niners Report, the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. The Cowboys report since July 1st has picked up 138 new subscribers. They're currently beating us 98 new subscribers here on this show. Can't let that happen. I'm not going down to the damn Dallas Cowboys, nor do I want to lose to the Seattle Seahawks, who are right on our heels with 91 new subscribers since the start of the month. Hit that sub button. This is the go-to spot if you want daily Niners shows that are informative, entertaining, insightful, that involve you. So join the faithful family here at Chat Sports, the largest independently run Niners channel right here on YouTube. Learn the name. We're talking about running back Isaac Guerendo, who I think has an opportunity to have a great impact this year as a rookie for the San Francisco 49ers. More on the player here. For those of you not familiar, the Niners traded up to take him in the 4th round out of Louisville with the 129th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. Guerendo started his career as a Wisconsin Badger. That's why, to a lot of people, he draws a lot of Jonathan Taylor comps, similar body composition and running style. But then he transferred to Louisville for the 2023 season, where he started to climb up some draft boards and clearly impress this Niners coaching staff and their scouting department because they traded up to take him. Now, you can throw out your Kyle Shanahan drafting running back jokes. At least it didn't happen in the 3rd round, right? Trey Sermon a couple of years ago, Ty Davis Price, no longer on this Niners team. Hopefully it's a different story with Guerendo, and I think it will. The biggest thing that stands out to me about him, he is a freakish athlete with rare, unique ability. For the real ones who watch this show on the regular, first of all, give me a real one down in the comment section. But you know that we oftentimes, especially in the pre-draft process when we're talking about players who the Niners could draft, we reference these relative athletic scores from Math Bomb. What this basically is, it ranks and judges prospects on a scale of 0 to 10 to see where they test on an athletic scale. So 0, you're awful. 10, you're absolutely elite. The host of the Cowboys Report Seahawks today, they would be a 0 here. Your boy, I think I'd be in the 8s, maybe the 9s. I'm kidding. Isaac Guerendo, on the other hand, he had one of the best relative athletic score grades in combine history. A 9.99. Nearly impossible to do. And why and how did he accomplish that? Well, you look at the size, and obviously you see a lot of green here. That's great. You don't want to see yellows and reds. He is 6 feet, 221 pounds. So he's a taller back who also has a lot of size to him at 221. Vertical jump, 41.5 inches. Broad jump, well over 10 feet. And at 221 pounds, Isaac Guerendo at the Combine in Indianapolis, and we were there, we talked about it at the time. I was actually watching these drills up close and personal, and I turned to Trizzy Trace and I said, oh my goodness, he might now be a 3rd or 4th round pick when he was going to be a late rounder. He clocked a 4.33 40-yard dash at 221 pounds. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is ridiculous. And he does have a long athletic background. This is a track star right here, not just because of how he ran at the Combine, but how he ran in high school. He helped his school win a 2018 high school state championship. He finished 1st in the 100-meter dash at 10.51. Anytime you're in the 10s there, that is damn good. He finished 2nd in the 200-meter dash at 21.57. So the splits there from a 10.51 to a 21.57, excellent. And then he was also second in the long jump at 23 feet 4 inches. His junior year in high school, he won a state title in the long jump. It was a foot longer than what he accomplished as a senior, 24 feet and 5 inches. If there are concerns with Guerendo, it is the injury history. Also, lack of production. But I think this is a classic case of a player who could be better as a pro than what he was at the college level. Redshirted as a freshman in 2018 with Wisconsin. 2019, he missed his first 8 games due to a hamstring injury. In 2020, missed his final 6 games because of a hamstring injury. I've been dealing with the hamstring injury over the last month. It is a pain in the effing ass. I can't get rid of it. Some days I feel good. Other days I don't feel good. I've re-aggravated it a couple of times because I want to keep the run streak going. You can call me dumb. I could say I'm built different. Maybe I am done. Maybe I'm a little bit of both. But those hamstring issues just don't go away sometimes. But there are ways to solve them. There are ways to get over them. And the good thing for Guerendo, he was able to get over that his last 2 years. Unfortunately, in 2021, missed his final 9 games because of a left foot injury. In 2022, didn't do all that much. And then in 2023, he performed very well and actually has one career college start, and it came in the bowl game for Louisville. Crazy to think about, right? His career stats, when you look at the numbers here, they're very good considering the lack of usage, but also the yards per carry. So he played in 41 college games with 1 start. He was in school for 5 years, 231 carries, nearly 1,400 yards, 6 yards per pop, and 17 touchdowns. So with the lack of usage, his numbers actually really, really good, which is why I think that he can be a very, very good pro. And then in 2023, by far his best year in college once he transferred from Wisconsin to Louisville, 132 carries, 810 yards, 6.1 yards per touch, and 11 touchdowns. So he found the end zone a lot. Big-time playmaker when he got his hands on the football. He has getaway speed. He's maybe not as elusive as you'd want him to be. Definitely not like Christian McCaffrey, but a home run threat who I think could maybe have return ability given the new kickoff return rules. So clearly the injury rate is a little bit concerning, but I think those hamstring injuries can be figured out. You get with the sports doctor, a sports scientist, and you get on a good nutrition plan. You start to stretch. You work with a pro staff at the NFL level, and all of those things can be ironed out. And I also think a big reason why people aren't talking about Guerendo, just because of the magical year that Christian McCaffrey had in 2023. Led the NFL in touches, led the NFL in rushing yards, 2,000 all-purpose yards, NFL Offensive Player of the Year, top 5 in MVP voting as a running back is a rarity these days. But the backup running back behind Christian McCaffrey is a little bit of a question. The Niners, after extending CMC, I think have to manage his workload a little bit better. I mean, the head coach, Kyle Shanahan, even said that. And the RB2 spot behind CMC is up for grabs right now. So if Guerendo wows as a rookie in training camp, I think that he can get early snaps and get consistent reps as RB2. What I'm also intrigued about, he can pass block and he can catch the football. He has really good pass catching ability out of the backfield. Elijah Mitchell doesn't. Jordan Mason is working on it. You do have Patrick Taylor. He also has some special teams ability. Guerendo could have special teams ability. As for the receiving numbers, 2022, 17 catches, 116 yards, 6.8 yards per catch and a touchdown. And then in 2023, 22 receptions, 234 yards, 10.5 yards per catch with no touchdowns. So that element of his game, I think, can be better at the NFL level, especially with Kyle Shanahan designing and calling the plays behind Christian McCaffrey for Isaac Guerendo. So what do you think? Who will be RB2 and who will win that battle behind Run CMC? Let me know. Drop me a name down in the comment section. You're looking at the likes of Elijah Mitchell, always heard. Jordan Mason, I really like him. Hopefully the coaching staff begins to trust him. And Patrick Taylor, who's like 6'2", has a lot of ability, but has up to this point primarily been a special teamer. You want to go Cody Schrader, the UDFA out of Mizzou, who could be in the mix. These Niners shirts continue to be on sale, and yes, you get 2 shirts for the price of 1. Scarlet, red, and black. All you have to do, plug in that link down below. Thanks to our friends at Fanatics. Chatsports.com/49combo. We'll attach that link to the pinned comment of today's 49ers report. Here's what NFL.com had to say about Guerendo's strengths as far as his scouting profile pre-draft. Impressive blend of size, agility, and toughness. He ran with improved decisiveness and confidence in his reads in 2023. Subtle lateral shifts to bounce around bodies through the first 2 levels. Drops his pads and plows through early arm tacklers. Defensive backs melt right off of his powerful legs on outside runs. Greets blitzers with squared-up posture and strong punch. Effective pass catcher able to rescue throws off the back hip. Really good body control as a pass catcher. That is something I noticed as he caught balls downfield. In the bowl game, he caught this wheel route in which he kind of had to go up and twerk his body. It was really impressive. But you also think about the Niners scheme, going back to his strengths there. One-cut runner in the outside zone scheme, that's what Kyle Shanahan wants. He doesn't want a LaShawn McCoy who kind of dances, waits for the hole to open up, and then hits it, right? He wants that running back to get that carry, see the hole, hit the hole, pause, and get after it, pick up some big yards. And Isaac Guerendo can do that, has the speed to get out to the perimeter, has the physicality to run in between the tackles, and that one-cut runner who is decisive is a great pairing for what Shanahan and running backs coach Bobby Turner look for in running backs for this Niners organization. Now, of course, he has some weaknesses, the health, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. Here's what NFL.com also said on top of that. Below average explosiveness out of the gate, cuts are more rounded and lack suddenness. That can be coached up, in my opinion. Will have to guard against too many bounce-out attempts. Needs to be a little bit lighter on his feet to catch rush movement. To me, I read that, and I think that you can develop Guerendo and just fine-tune his skill set a little bit to extract the best out of him again, which is why I think that he could be a better pro as compared to college player. I think he's sometimes viewed and was viewed coming out of Louisville as a track athlete whose speed doesn't always translate, but I think the Niners really fell in love with that. And you think about Kyle Shanahan's history with utilizing and developing running backs. So many running backs have been successful while Kyle Shanahan has been the head coach of this team. And up until Christian McCaffrey, every year it was a different player who led this team in rushing yards. Elijah Mitchell, Christian McCaffrey, you had the likes of Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, Jerick McKinnon was bit by the injury bug, but the Niners have done a great job of developing running backs. Now, I know they've missed on the aforementioned Trey Sermon, as well as Ty Davis-Price. Hopefully that's not the case here with Isaac Guerendo, but Bobby Turner has also done a great job of developing running backs within this organization, and I think Isaac Guerendo could be the next one. If you enjoyed today's show, it wasn't a Brandon Ayuk update, give me a real one down below in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you give me a follow on social media. A lot of short-form Niners content on X at Chase_Senior and on Instagram at Chase_Senior. Everything's blowing up, so join the party.